Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today I am speaking with Angel Ascencio of Dirty White Shoes. He's just shared his all new single titled Not Always Like This, and I am super excited to talk to him all about it. Angel, thank you so much for coming on today. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good and very honored to be here, Austin. Thank you.
Yeah, man, what's new in the life of Angel besides music making?
Well, we're coming into fall here in Portland, so obviously you're gonna get hit with a lot of rain.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but other than that, just a lot of songwriting and trying to get ready for the next year. Hopefully, things kind of start loosening up with restrictions, and we can do a little bit more than what we were able to do the last couple of years. So, little
I
things like
right there
that.
with you. I hope
Yeah,
so, and I think we might be headed in that direction, but who really
yeah.
knows?
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
Well, you've got this all new song. I'm really excited to talk about it. First thing I
Yeah.
really want to know about is, well, first, I got fall vibes from listening to it. So I don't know if that was the intention or not, but
Yeah.
I want to talk about really what it's about. Like, there's a lot of connections to make within the lyricism, but I want to hear it from you. What was your inspiration for making it?
Yeah. As a singer-songwriter, I think most of us want to be able to allow the listener space to create their own narrative and their own story. But for this one, it's more of like an internal battle with yourself.
Hmm.
Um, whether you're like in a relationship or whatever it is, like you're attached to somebody or something. Um, there's this always like this back and forth conflict within yourself. Sometimes you say things you shouldn't, yet you say it anyways. Sometimes you do things you shouldn't, yet you do it anyways.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, you always remind yourself you're not always like this. Like this isn't
Right.
who you are. This isn't just set in stone. So I really wanted to kind of write a song that kind of talked about my at the time relationship where I was just this back and forth energy. I was just this stubborn person. I was very like um, just hot headed. I couldn't seem to like do the right thing all the time, and it tended to like weigh on me a lot. So I wanted to write something that was like a reminder that like we're not always like this. Like there's some days that we struggle, some days we might do something we shouldn't, and some days we fall short. But at the end of the day, like I like the title of the song, we're
No, I
just not
like that.
always like this. Yeah.
Sometimes you do need to remind yourself, and instead of, consciously like talking to yourself every day, why not write a song? Why
Why
not put
not?
pen to paper and make something beautiful out of it?
That's what we're here for.
Exactly. So, yeah, let's talk about the production side of things as well,
Yeah,
because it sounds
absolutely.
great. It's got a very full and grand sound to it. But, I want to know, do you have help making these songs? Is it
Oh,
just you?
absolutely.
Like, I want to hear who's involved and,
No
how it
way.
all really
Yeah.
comes together.
Yeah. Um, Not just me, that's for sure. There's no way that I could create sound or produce or mix or engineer a song like that. And I got to give credit where it's due.
Please.
But where it first started, it was just me, piano, and vocals. That was
Okay.
the original idea I had for the song. I was thinking more of a ballad, and I wrote this maybe 3 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just the lyrics. I had everything,
Oh, wow. Okay.
and there was a demo that I have. It's somewhere lost in the emails, but it's like just me piano and like a huge big drum and guitar solo at the end of the song. Um, when I shared the song to my partner, his name is Jordan, who is like our producer for Dirty White Shoes.
Got
He's like the main producer. He's what you hear pretty
it.
much.
Okay.
But I shared the song with him, and he heard something different, and this completely took me off guard. Like I was caught off guard. He sends me this like super punky version of the song, and I'm like, dude, what the
What
like
did
what
you
did
do
this
to
turn
my
into?
song?
This happened so fast. I was like, this little pretty boy piano
Yeah,
song,
yeah,
and then all
yeah.
of a sudden it's like, nope, this is what I thought. It took some time for me to like really digest it and like hear it differently after like knowing the song being one thing for so long.
Sure.
Uh, but after taking some time and like us going back and forth, and talking and really like dissecting the song where we think the direction should go,
Mm-hmm.
we came to a conclusion that we wanted a bigger song. Like we wanted it to be more than just this like, woe is me, like, oh my God, I'm always like, no, it's like, chin up, like
Right.
motivational, a feeling that gets you like going. Um, so when we were in the production process, Jordan just kept, adding guitar lines. He recorded the drums live in a
Oh, that's
studio.
cool.
Yeah. So like he really got to feel the emotions of the lyrics and implicated it on the instruments. And it just happened the way it is. Yeah.
And that's that, like I enjoy hearing that, and it's always
Yeah.
nice to speak with like a solo musician who has a like a right hand man. But
Yeah.
also at the same time, considering that you've had this written for at least 2 or 3 years at this point,
Hmm.
you've always had this idea of the song. The
Yeah.
Sometimes the vibe of the song and how you want it directly correlates to the message and the lyrics in the song. So you
Yeah.
hearing a pop punk version of a song that you
Yeah.
never match, because listening, I definitely, I heard the pop punk influences, and there's a
Cool.
lot more going on as well, but it brings like a vibrance to the whole thing. So
Yeah.
it's
And
cool
that's
that
what we
it is
wanted.
sort of, yeah, it's sort of a real collaboration to the point where I know how difficult it is to let go of your
Yeah.
music, and but that's just kind of the sign of having a solid producer and then being like the other half of your brain.
Absolutely. And Jordan and I have worked together on the last few releases we did. So, because I technically Jordan and I are one. Like we consider ourselves like
Sure,
a
sure,
band. Um, but he just has a gift in that production side where he can
totally.
really bring out the song. Like he hears the lyrics and he hears what I'm trying to execute, and he just nails it. So
Right.
yeah, props to him on really making this
Totally.
like what it is today for sure.
Yeah. Well then, okay, so going forward, do you have any idea if you want to keep experimenting in your sound? Because I know that, your music definitely has that signature style to you. Like,
Mm,
it's a you song, but at the same time, you don't want to keep making the same music. So, like, do you have a
yeah.
plan for the future? Like loose blueprints, I suppose.
Oh geez. It's hard to say right now,
Sure.
like where we want to continue like taking our sound. We really love just big sounding music. We really like strong instruments, big punch lines, top liners, all those things. And I keep bringing up the idea of like, dude, let's do a ballad, but he's like, no, we need to keep the energy. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. But like, I
Okay.
have so much joy in that. But
Sure.
there was a text that I got today where he's like, dude, we need to write an anthem. And I'm like, what the heck?
Like, this is not
So
what I want to do. What the
we're gonna be
hell,
doing
man?
an anthem, I guess. But yeah,
Okay.
it's just so all over the place. But one thing's for sure is like our aesthetics and our sound will always stay true. If the song,
Sure,
the
sure.
song will always be a nostalgic feeling. I think is the best way to describe it. Our music
Okay.
will always have a man, like I can keep listening to that, or that's super catchy. Oh, that's easy to sing along to. That will not change. Maybe the
Cool.
way we play the song or instruments used,
Yeah.
sure, but just like the root or the core of like Dirty White Shoes, that just can't change.
And that's totally reasonable. And like I know you can't speak for Jordan on this point, obviously, because you're you, but
Yeah.
it seems like you guys are sort of on the opposite ends of the spectrum when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to, I guess, inspiration of what you grew up listening to,
Oh,
what you enjoy now. So I want
absolutely.
to know what it has inspired you to want to create this ballad. Like, is
Yeah.
it what you listen to, or is it just the style that you want to make, I suppose?
Um, for me, I tend to be like one of those sad boy artists. I
Yeah,
like,
Portland will do that
look,
to you.
yeah, man, all this
I'm
rain,
kidding.
it takes the
Yeah,
pull out of you. I love writing music that people can kind of soak in
yeah,
and really just take in
yeah.
lyrically with minimal instruments. But like for the inspiration, I like that really is it. It's more so that people get to hear the rawness,
Yeah.
like the realness of my voice, and just like feel what I'm feeling through the lyrics. Because the music can really take control of the song and carry it all the way through for 3 minutes straight. And the lyrics can kind of just be more of a like a part of it, part of the music. So for me, ballads are more so like this is the vocal and the lyrics are the focal point of the song. Everything else is
Absolutely.
just to amplify that. So to me, that's what inspires me is those little types of things.
See, but I also enjoy music like that. I think
Cool.
not that your music is relying on cheap gimmicks to
Yeah,
like, be like, oh, because I mean, as an artist and as a music listener, 99% of the people who listen to music aren't listening to your lyrics. They just want music that makes them feel good or
unfortunately.
music that they can, I mean, it sucks. It kind of sucks because
Yeah.
in a way you're bearing your soul. You're telling your
Hmm.
story. You want someone to connect, and I
Mm.
completely understand that, but the vast, overwhelming majority of people, they don't care. And
Not
so
really. Yeah.
I understand the production side of things where it's like, we got to be flashy, we got to make something that's like
Yeah.
memorable. But then you as an artist,
Mm.
yeah, you want to do what makes you happy. So
Mm.
I think that you're finding a happy medium,
Yeah.
especially on this song because it didn't go full pop punk,
Oh, no
but it
way.
also wasn't a true ballad.
It wasn't.
So now that
Yeah.
I'm done ranting about it, I think that you've found like this perfect
Yo.
little like you're finding the niche for yourself,
Yeah.
and you're still because you're spending so much time, and if you're
Oh
spending all
man.
this time, it has to be good. It has to be you're gonna
Yeah.
listen to it. So
And we got plenty of other songs in the
totally
portfolio. Like any song could turn into just this ballad, and any song can turn into this huge song.
right,
So to us, it's just we go with what we're working with. Like we go with what we
exactly
got. What's
right,
working for us. And I, at the end of the day, dude, like I love the way this song turned out.
yeah,
Like
man,
it gets me going. I feel the energy, and I was different 3 years ago than I am today. So
yeah,
just like hearing it with a little bit new lyrics, with hearing it with just a new feeling. Yeah, it really gets me going, and I just enjoy it. So
yeah, man.
I
It's
love
like
the
a
way it turned out.
little musical time capsule, and
Yeah,
you'll
just a
listen
bit.
to it and be like, oh, that was me 3 years ago, or that was
I
me
had to take it out
whatever.
of my
So
voice notes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Um, so, I mean, you're kind of in this interesting place because you are working on songs for such a long time, I
Hmm.
suppose. Now that you've gone through the process of doing the writing, recording, and the back and forth on actually making the song,
Hmm.
is there something specifically that you enjoy the most about the entire process from start to finish?
Oof. Just to get it, just to start off, I dread songwriting sometimes.
Sure.
Like there are days that I just cannot sit down and focus and write lyrics. So that's one thing. What was the question? I
No, the question is just like
had to get out of my chest.
from start to finish, which part of the process do you enjoy? Is it the sitting down
Ah,
and writing, or is it all the way up to the actual promotion part? Anything in between that
oof.
brings you the most joy as a person?
Um, I love the production part because it really allows us to show our creative side. When it comes to that, when it comes to the musical instruments we play, I love synths. I love keyboard sounds. I'm really into like finding cool drum, like ear candies for like drum
Oh yeah,
sounds and stuff, like stuff that's in the background. So those little things I really enjoy when it comes to writing a song because you get to implement those. And then when people are listening, sometimes people pick up on those. They're like, "Oh, that's cool. I didn't hear that before. Like now I'm hearing it now." Or like, "Oh
right.
wow, really." Just like little things like that. It's just pretty exciting. I love the production side of it. But I also love the release. I love just getting the song out there and just here
Yeah.
you go. I worked hard. I did
I
everything
know.
I could. I wrote all the lyrics, and I've worked my butt off. So I hope you enjoy this. I also love that part, and just hearing people's responses is really exciting, and it just reminds me of why I'm doing what I'm doing. So it's cool
Yeah,
stuff.
I imagine there has to be a pretty sweet relief as you
Yeah,
click the publish button and you're just like,
yeah, done.
he did it.
Take it. It's yours now. Put it on your playlist.
Exactly. So, okay, so then with that being said, how do you know when a song is finished?
uh, these are some in-depth questions. Here we
Yeah,
go.
man. Came to play.
Uh, to be honest, we ever, I don't think we ever agree. that a song is like completely done, just because we, and I'm sure you can understand as like a creative person and probably an artist, like we always feel like we can do something more.
Yeah.
We can always add something. So to be honest, like to me, final said and done is when I get the master. That's when I know it's done.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
there's no hope. Like that's it. The song
Yeah.
has been sent through the master chain. It
Sure.
is in my Dropbox folder. It's on DistroKid.
Right.
That's it. We're done here. The song is done. But it, like, to be honest, like there really isn't ever a time where we feel like, oh, this is it. It's complete.
Right.
There's some times where we're like, what if we add a little this, or what if we did this? So it's hard to say.
I could be totally wrong in this baseless claim, but I think that
Yeah.
being an artist, no matter what type of art, you could be an actor, actress, painter, or musician,
Yeah.
there is a base level of perfectionism.
Oh, absolutely.
And those, obviously, the perfectionism is a spectrum. There are
Hmm.
people that are all up in your face like, I'm a perfectionist and this, I need, if I'm not working on it for 5 years, it's not good.
It's not good. Yeah.
But I think at the same time, like, I think it's because you care so much and you don't
Mm,
want to put something out there that you think is not up to your standards.
yeah.
But then the goalposts always continue to change of what is, you want to like one up yourself on your last release. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
imagine that releasing music gets tougher because you know what you're capable of.
Oh, absolutely. And our fans know what we're capable
Sure.
capable of. You know, at
Right.
that point, they have an idea of what we sound like, what we're
Yeah.
supposed to sound like. So this song, I'm sure they weren't expecting like dinky production. I'm sure they were expecting something bigger than the last one we
Yeah.
released. And that's just how it is, unfortunately. But it's not a bad thing. But it's just the way we are wired as humans. Like we always want to do like one up ourselves. We always want to be better
Totally.
than the last thing that we put out.
And
So
especially,
it can be
yeah.
a bittersweet feeling, I guess.
And it's tough, especially in the social media age where you get instant
Mm,
feedback. It's not like, like
yeah,
20, 30 years ago, someone has to buy your CD to listen to
yeah,
your music. All someone has to do is
yeah,
click play and be like, oh, that sucked. Like,
yeah. Two
and
seconds
then
in, now I'm good.
talk shit online and tweet at you
Yeah,
that you're
pretty
not good
much.
enough. And then you're like, oh, cool. That
Jeez.
was a waste of 3 years.
Yeah.
But I don't
Thanks
think
for
that's going
everything.
to happen. Like, thanks, guy. Thanks, random internet dick.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, so hypothetically speaking, what does the next year of Dirty White Shoes look like?
Mm.
In a perfect world, I will say.
Yeah, in a perfect world, um, I would say more shows. Definitely more shows. Hopefully playing for a big name artist, opening up for them, getting the crowd riled up. Um, yeah, that that would be it. And more songs,
Sure.
obviously. There would be more music. Hopefully, we build enough or big enough like fan base where we can release an EP or like
Yeah.
3, 4 songs. Right now we're just really focused on singles because we don't have that big of a fan base just yet. So we don't want our songs to get buried in the mix of Spotify.
Totally reasonable.
So yeah, we like next year is really to be in front of a crowd, in front of people who don't know us and people who do know us and want to hear us on a bigger stage. That's what it would look like in a
Good.
perfect.
In a perfect world, because who knows?
Who
No, who knows?
knows?
But
Oh,
honestly, I think, I mean, just in today's music and just whatever is even happening with music at this point,
yeah.
the way of it is all isolated single releases, and it's the
Oh yeah.
individual promotion and building that up, and it's like,
Mhm.
I think it's just, I mean, I say this all the time, and it's never been more true. Anyone
Mhm.
can make music now. Anyone with a laptop or even a phone can single-handedly make
Yep.
something and upload it and blah blah blah. But
Yep.
also, it's never been more difficult to get discovered, especially when people are making good music. And it's just like,
Yep.
I wouldn't want you to not necessarily waste your time, but spend so much time and energy putting out a fantastic EP or album, then it gets lost in the mix because every
Mhm.
Friday is something new.
Exactly.
So keep up
Yeah.
those singles and
Hmm.
keep up the
We're
quality.
gonna sure try.
There you go. There you go. All right, Angel, I've got one more question for you at this
Hit
point.
me with it.
This is the biggest question.
Let's
So,
go.
all right. Basically, how I want to wrap this up is so for the person that is going to discover you from this, and for the person that is going to listen to all of your guys' music for the first time, what is an opening message that you'd like to say to them?
Mm. That our music almost feels like a big hug.
I
It's
like
a
that.
nostalgic feeling, and if you need to clear your mind on a drive, if you need to send a song to an ex or to your current boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever relationship you are in at the time, send them our music. Play our songs. Like really embrace the lyrics, embrace the sounds that are happening. Take it all in and try to like digest it and pick out things you enjoy and things you really love. Because it our music has that capability of really bringing out feelings and certain emotions and things that people don't normally feel when they're listening to music. But yeah, it's a true nostalgic sound, and I just want anybody who's listening to this to like take it in its entirety and feel it, and yeah, follow us. Follow us
Exactly.
on Spotify.
I think they will, man. I think once they get their ears on it,
Yeah,
all the passion and love comes through pretty clearly.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I do want to make it clear before we get finished here. At the time that this comes out, Not Always Like This will be out. Listen
Mhm.
to it, stream it, follow along on all the social media and streaming platforms to stay up
Yes,
to date.
sir. Please,
Um,
please,
but
please.
also, I want to say thank you because this has been a great conversation.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm like, it's for everyone to listen to, but I'm looking forward to more music. So
sweet,
I want to thank you again for your time, and I hope you have a great.
absolutely. Well, thank you, Austin. Thank you for taking your time to talk about it. Not always like this. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good
man.
stuff.
You're very welcome.
Come
Take.
out to Portland.
I will. I'll be there hopefully at the end of the year.
Let's grab a coffee. I know some
Let's do
good
it, man.
places.
I'm down. I got your info. I'll
All
be
right,
there. All right,
sweet
man.
deal.
Take care.
Cool. Take care. See you.